In order to tell which sources are useful and reliable, we need to look into the process, how the scientific paper are published. For most scholarly articles, it should go through the peer review process. The article will be submitted from the authors to a journal by researchers. When the article is submitted, a few reviewers will be assigned to read the submission. The reviewers are usually called the referees. They are usually senior researchers, tenure professors, so they will read your submission and judge the quality of the research in the manuscript. Usually it's not one referee. It can be 3 to 5 referees, and they will evaluate the submitted paper together. They can, after they evaluate that paper, they can reject the submission. They can say because the scientific quality isn't great, they're going to reject the submission completely. Or it's more common this way, they would recommend changes be made before publication. Or in some cases, they would, the referees would accept the paper without changes. So depending on the selectivity and procedures of a journal, acceptance of paper can be either very selective or non-selective. So we all know this process. However, the most important thing here is the referee. If the journal has a very selective referee group, then the paper published should be very selective. Otherwise, it will be not. Here are some prestigious journals in chemistry. I want you guys to know that if you search the articles from those journals, you can assume the article is useful and reliable. So I want to point it out for this one. It's a German journal, Angewandte Chemie. This, I think it means applied or application chemistry. It has an international version, which is English, so you can read. And this one, JACS, I mentioned before, this is one of the most prestigious chemical journal. I want to point out this one, Lamure. Do you know what type of article will be, what subject is under Lamure? So other journal is obvious from the title, right? Biochemistry, that's certainly about biochemistry, inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry. But what about Lamure? Why is it called Lamure? This journal is named after American scientist Irving Lamure, who is a Nobel Prize winner. He did a lot of research in surface chemistry. So this journal, Lamure, is primarily about surface interface chemistry, and sometimes includes some physics, and especially the solid state physics, because the surface property is more important in the solid state, and other general physical chemistry as well. Okay, when you search the research articles from the journals, there are different types of research articles. This one is called a letter, or sometimes it's called communications. It's relatively short, usually runs 1 to 2 pages. It's a short article on a new research discovery or breakthrough. The research published in letters or communications can be part of a grand proposal. But if you just want to publish a small portion of your whole proposal, you can publish that in a short paper. There are journals that's just for letters. So for this one, chemical physics letters. And these are the type of a lab report I want you guys to write. So you need to write journal article type of lab report, and I don't want that to be very long. Usually runs to 1 to 2 pages of journal article space. The other type of a research article is the very common journal articles. They can run from 5 to 20 pages. it should include the summary of a series of a research experiment. This is the most common type of peer review publication. It's usually written within one research group. However, frequently nowadays, it can be written from collaborators in different labs and departments. Nowadays, you'll see more and more collaborations from different labs, different departments, different countries. The other type of a journal article is review articles. It can be very long. So some of the review articles can be longer than 100 pages and more. It's usually written by one or two authors. There should be someone well-known and respected in that field. It should have many more references than the journal article, regular journal articles, because it's to summarize the development in a particular field. So in this semester, in the final group project, you have the option to write a review article. So each student in the group need to read at least 2 journal articles and then summarize all these articles together into a review article. All the articles should be under one subject. Some other kind of literature will be the handbook, encyclopedia. Those are the tertiary literatures.